Hello, my name is Anna. I'm part of Atlantica's team, and I'm here today to give you the session on active listening and assertiveness. So welcome to the session. Today we are diving into two essential skills that can transform the way you communicate, both in your personal life and professional world. Throughout this session, I will share practical tips, relatable examples, and strategies that you can start using today. By the end, you'll have tools to help you avoid misunderstandings, resolve conflicts, and build stronger relationships. So let's go for the next slide. Here what we'll cover. First, we'll define what is active listening and assertiveness and what they really mean. Next, we'll discuss why these skills matter for effective communication. We'll break down the core elements and barriers you might encounter with active listening. We'll explore assertiveness in depth, including the differences between assertive, passive, and aggressive behavior. And finally, we'll see how these two skills complement each other. And I will introduce a simple but powerful communication strategy called nonviolent communication. So are you ready? Let's go. So first, we'll start by defining these two concepts. Active listening is more than just hearing, it's fully focusing on the speaker without interrupting and ensuring that you can understand their message. Imagine that you are in a coffee shop with a friend who's having a tough day. Instead of checking your phone or thinking about the answer, you are completely present, making eye contact, nodding, and occasionally you can say things like, "Oh, I see, that sounds tough," things like this, and that's active listening. On the other end, we have assertiveness. That means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and confidently, without being aggressive and dismissive. Picture a scenario where a coworker constantly interrupts you during meetings. Instead of staying silent, that is like a passive behavior, or snapping, that is an aggressive behavior, you calmly say, "I'd like to finish my thoughts, and then I would like to hear your inputs." That's assertiveness in action. And that's like something very easy to practice in work or in your life or something. And that's something that a lot of us miss, and it's important to learn more about it. So let's go to the next slide. So the importance of effective communication, and why are these skills important? Because it builds strong relationships. People trust those who listen and communicate clearly. Because it prevents misunderstandings, clear communication cuts down on unnecessary conflicts, enhance problem solving. A team that communicates will find solutions faster, boost confidence. When you express your needs clearly, you naturally feel more self-assured, improves productivity because clear instructions and open dialogue help everyone stay focused and efficient. And honestly, we all know that like most of the problems in the world can be like very easily solved with a lot of conversation and active listening and communication and things like this. So it's something that we all should learn more and like practice more in our daily lives. So yeah, we go to the next slide. That is a key element of active listening. And to fully practice active listening, you focus on full attention, like you close your tabs of your computer, you silence your phone, you go without internet, like something like that. And you give the speaker complete focus. Nonverbal cues like eye contact, nods, facial expressions, like to the person that you're speaking with, so they know that you are engaged. Paraphrasing, and when I say paraphrasing, it's not like copying what the people are saying. So it's like a summary of the speaker's message. For example, you're talking to me, and like to show that I understand what you're saying, or like to clear that we are in the same page, I'll say like something. So you are saying that the deadline feels unrealistic. Like you are not copying, you're just like clarifying the message to see if you are all in the same page, and that's a very important thing to do. Then avoid interruptions, letting the person finishing before you respond. And I know that can be like very hard. I have like a lot of that struggle in my daily life. Like you are too excited to answer, you want to answer right away, or like you feel that you already understand and you want to show that like that you understand. But don't do that. Like let the other person talk first and like let them finish what they want to say, because like you would like them to do the same to you. And it's more like an active listening thing to do. And yeah. And open-mindedness, like listening without forming judgments or preparing a countering argument while the other person is talking. Like you can, if you are not like obliged to agree on everything that people say, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to them and that you shouldn't have an open mind, because like sometimes maybe you agree but you don't understand the concept, or sometimes you don't agree, and that's okay. You can agree to disagree, like that's a thing, so don't worry about it. And don't answer straight away, like without thinking first what you want to say, to clearly communicate it. So we go to the next slide. What are the benefits of active listening? We already speak a little bit about this, but why practice active listening? Because it builds trust. People appreciate being heard and understood. I'm sure you also appreciate that when it's to you. Improves understanding. You get the full picture before reacting. That's very important. Strengthens relationships. Is one of the simplest way to show empathy. Boosts problem solving. Fully understanding an issue helps finding better solutions, and increase collaboration. So when people feel heard, they are more willing to contribute. And you can see that examples like in everyday experience, like even with your parents or with your colleagues or boyfriend, sister, wherever, like if they have all of this, if they are active listeners, if you feel heard, if they know that you are there for them, it will increase all your relations. So yeah, let's go to the next slide. That is the barriers of active listening. And the barriers, like some common obstacles can include distractions like the phone, emails, background noise, that can reduce focus, prejudgment, that forming opinions before hearing the full message. And it's very, very important to hear like everything the person has to say before you form your judgment on the thing. Interruptions, cutting off the speaker disrupts communication. For example, for myself, when people interrupt me, I often my train of thought is cut and I don't know where to continue. So it's very important to hear the person until the end. Emotional reactions, like letting anger or frustration cloud your ability to listen. So it's very important to also work on your in your active listening and your active conversation, and like don't let the feelings go over you and like not putting you blind in some situations. And also one of the more common obstacles is lack of interest. If a topic feels boring, your attention drifts. And more nowadays, because we all know that we have access to everything nowadays, and it's very easy like to show lack of interest, because there are so many things that we like and that's like so many options that we can do, that of course is easy sometimes to be like, yeah, I don't care about this. But don't do that, because you wouldn't like people to do that to you also. So you want to know a great way to overcome distractions? Like practice mindfulness. And I'm not kidding. Like I'm not talking about yoga or meditation. I'm talking about staying present in the moment, because it helps sharpen your focus during conversations. So for example, I'm with a friend in the coffee shop and we are talking and I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do for dinner or where I'm going after this. Like, don't do that. That's not good even for your health, your mental health. Like be in the moment. Like you right now I'm with you and that's all that is important. For example, right now I'm here giving the lesson and that's what is important. I don't care about what's coming next. I mean, of course I care, but now I'm like paying attention to this and showing you my I don't know how to say, but that I care about what we are speaking. So let's go for the next slide. That is the key elements of assertiveness. So assertive communication means clear communication. Be direct but respectful. Say what you mean without ambiguity. Like to be clear, like there is no ambiguity in the air. Like you say what you wanted and they are clear that you say that, you know that you say that, and people understood that. Also confidence. Express yourself with self-assurance, not arrogance. Respect others. That's very, very important. Like respect others, I'll say, will be like the most important thing. Acknowledge their feelings and viewpoints. Like everyone is important, and it's important for you to respect them the way you would like to be respected. Boundaries. That's also very important. All of these are important, of course, but boundaries are very important. Clearly state your limits without feeling guilty, because it's okay that you are not okay with some things. Not all of us are the same, and that's okay. Calmness, like stay composed even when the conversation gets tense. And that's very important. And also you can practice that with mindfulness. For example, you can say like, I need time to finish this task before I can help with yours. And that's okay. Like you are not saying that you don't want to help. You're just saying like, please just help me, just let me like finish what I'm doing, and then I will help you, and I'm going to give you all my attention. So yeah, we go to the next slide. That is the differences between assertive, passive, and aggressive behavior. And here we have like a table that you can understand it better. I did this table here to be easier to understand. Let's look at the three communication styles. So passive, you avoid expressing your feelings, which can lead to frustration and being overlooked. Sorry. For example, not speaking up when someone cuts you in front of the line. That's being passive, like if you don't say anything. Aggressive, like you express your thoughts forcefully, often disregarding others' feelings. For example, you yell at a coworker for making a mistake instead of like speaking with them calmly and see what happens. And assertive, that is like, I would say is the most important one. You express your thoughts openly and respectful. For example, I understand you're frustrated, but let's discuss this calmly. And it's very important to see like, okay, let's see again. Passive, you don't know nothing. Things happen, you see, you get frustrated, you get angered, but you didn't do anything, like things continue. That's not good. You're going to feel very bad at the end, and you're going to repeat that moment in your head, and you're going to be very frustrated. Aggressive, that is always bad. Like I can't say enough how aggressive behavior is bad. Don't scream at people, like don't treat others bad, like treat others how you would like them to treat you. And I think like that's the best thing to talk about when we talk about aggressiveness. And assertiveness is great. Like I would say, like you are not like you're not being aggressive to others, you are not being passive, you are saying what you feel, you are giving the boundaries that you want, you are staying calm, and you are communicating well. So that's the most important. So yes, and the assertiveness is a balance between respecting yourself and respecting others. Remember this, assertiveness is the balance between respecting yourself and respecting others. This is very important. So yeah, let's go to the next slide. Sorry, I just need a glass of water because I'm speaking a lot. Okay, let's go to the next one. That is the benefits of assertiveness. Assertiveness leads to clear communication. You express what you need effectively. Sorry, I did a mistake. So assertiveness leads to clear communication. You express what you need effectively. Increase self-confidence. You learn how to advocate for yourself. Better relationships. Mutual respect strengthens connections. Reduce stress. You stop bottling up emotions. Remember what I said before? Like you stop bottling up emotions. Like don't leave the things bothering you inside and like think about that all the time after a conversation or something. Like be assertive, say what you want, communicate well. Don't feel after that there was something that you wanted to say and you didn't because you were passive, or like because you didn't want to be aggressive. Because you don't need to be aggressive, you just need to be assertive. So yeah, and empowerment. You gain control over your actions and responses. And this is very important. Like when you are being assertive, you are being empowered. Like empower yourself, empowering like the way you are and the way you feel. So what I said before, assertiveness is the balance between respecting yourself and respecting others. This is very important to retain, and that's why I'm going to continue saying this to you. So remember the sentence by the end. So yeah, let's go for the relationship between active listening and assertiveness. And how does these two complement each other? Active listening helps you fully understand others, and assertiveness allows you to respond with clarity and confidence. Together, they foster mutual respect and help resolve conflicts constructively. So in a workplace conflict, active listening to a coworker concerns before you're expressing your thoughts assertively can help reach a solution faster. So yeah. And also in your real life, like your daily life, you can say that when you are an active listener and you understand well what others are telling you, you can clearly communicate your point of view of things and what you expect with these things, and being assertive about that. So you are having like a good communication. So we go to the next slide. So how these two skills complement each other in effective communication. Sorry, I said this already, but I'm going to say again that I think is important. So active listening ensures you grasp the speaker's perspective, which is crucial for responding assertively. Both skills promotes respect. Both skills foster an environment of mutual respect where individuals feel valued and heard. Conflict resolution. Together, they facilitate resolving misunderstandings and conflicts constructively. And empowerment. Encouraging both listening and assertive empowers individuals to express themselves while being receptive to others. So yeah, we go to the next slide. So nonviolent communication. What is nonviolent communication? So it's a communication process developed by Marshall Rosenberg that focuses on compassionate and empathetic dialogue. And it follows the steps of observation, describe a situation without judgment. Like, I noticed the report was late. Like, you observe things. So you don't say with aggressive, like this sentence that I just say, like, I noticed the report was late. Like, depends how you speak it, and it can be either aggressive or assertive, but it shouldn't be violent. So you can just say like, oh, I noticed that the report was late. Do you need help? Do you need something from my part? Can I help you? That's like a nonviolent communications style way of doing it. Feelings, share how the situation affects you. Like, I feel stressed. I feel stressed when deadlines aren't met. And that's like being also nonviolent, because you're just saying like you feel stressed, you're communicating what you think. And that's again assertiveness. The needs, like state what you need. For example, I need timely submissions to manage my schedule. So again, you are being assertive and saying what you need and respecting yourself and others. And requests, ask for specific actions, like, could you let me know in advance if you'll need an extension? Like, you are requesting things, you are guaranteeing that both the needs are being followed. And this method prevents and fosters cooperation. As you see here in the benefits, it fosters empathy and understanding, reduces defensiveness and conflict, enhances connection in personal and professional relationships. So yeah. So the importance of mastering both active listening and assertiveness in various contexts. So effective communication, enhance clarity and understanding in conversations, relationship building, fosters trust and respect, strengthening personal and professional connections, conflict resolution, equips individual to address and resolve misunderstandings constructively, emotional intelligence, develop self-awareness and empathy, leading to better interpersonal interactions, and personal empowerment encourages individuals to express their needs confidently while being receptive to others. And I wanted to say something more. And why invest time in mastering these skills? Because it improves clarity, say what you mean and understand what others mean. Stronger relationships, trust and respect grow naturally. Faster conflict resolutions, address issues early before they escalate, increase emotional intelligence, recognize, manage, and respond to emotions passively, and personal empowerment. You feel more in control of your actions and decisions. And during this module, the module 1 of soft skills, you will also talk about like emotional intelligence. And it's a skill that you can sorry, that you can learn and that you should learn and that you can improve. Like active listening and assertiveness are part of this, like the emotional intelligence. So if you practice this daily, you can master them and be more emotionally intelligent. And yeah, that's it what I wanted to say today, because you have the next sessions that will speak more profoundly about some subjects. But I wanted like to tell you that you should practice back in your daily life to be more when you're speaking with your friends, or like with when you're in your classes, or when you speak with your parents or whatever, to be more active listener, to be like an active listener, like to hear what the person has to say, to wait until the person finish what they are saying, and like to, you understand, like to show what you learn in this lesson. And also I want you to practice how to be more assertive, so saying what you mean and what you want without being aggressive or passive. Like, don't let things escape you without you saying anything. Don't be aggressive, like don't let the emotions overflow yourself and answer with violence, because that's not an answer, like point. And be assertive what you want. And remember the sentence I told you before. Wait, I wrote it here for me to not forget telling you in the end. So assertiveness is the balance between respecting yourself and respecting others. And active listening is basically the same, like you are respecting the others by listening to what they have to say, and you're respecting yourself by being a good friend, a good son, a good colleague, a good person. So yeah. We go to the last slide, that is just to say thank you. So that's our session on active listening and assertiveness. Remember, these skills take time to develop, but every step forward makes a difference. Start by practice one small chance, whether that's listening without interrupting or expressing your needs more clearly. Over time, these habits will lead to stronger connections and better outcomes in both your personal and professional life. Thanks for watching, and I hope you start applying these skills today.